Hello and welcome to the TMZ podcast. I'm Charlie Cotton.
I'm Charlie Neff.
And today on the show, we know why the Ben Affleck and J-Lo divorce is taking so long.
Yeah.
They're not even talking to each other.
No.
And they don't have divorce lawyers either.
Nope. So it's just
It's them and their business managers hashing it out.
Yeah.
We'll talk about there's a few good stories from the Olympics over the weekend. The two hottest Olympians of this games are both at the center of, a little bit of controversy.
Yep.
So we'll talk about that. Zac Efron had an incident in Ibiza, and he had to be dragged out of a swimming pool by people who work there.
Yeah, but his rep is trying to say it was just a minor incident.
Okay. And our almost news, Jon B, R&B singer, he basically dumps on Justin Timberlake, calling his music video trash.
Saying it's demonic, and it is a little out there.
But to begin with, Bennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck are not on speaking terms.
This is crazy because we have seen them out and about, right? Like kind of cordial, and they've been wearing their rings, now we know it's all for publicity because sources are telling us that they're not speaking to one another in person or over the phone. And it's apparently slowing down the divorce.
I bet.
And really the only thing preventing them from the quickie divorce is the fact that they're not wanting to speak to each other at all. They do have a prenup, and the only asset they have that they need to divide is that Beverly Hills mansion. Remember the one they just bought last year? They spent so long finding a house. They finally found a house. Year later, listing it for sale, and they're calling it quits. But yeah, how do you get a divorce with somebody if you're not even speaking with them?
And you don't even have your lawyers speaking to each other.
Right.
Are they serious? I mean, clearly they're serious about the divorce, but why aren't they serious about just like getting it over with?
Right. You think they would want to unless they just don't want to address the elephant in the room. But
they're poor business managers who are in charge of just like their day-to-day lives, and, they're now in charge of their divorces.
Yeah. I guess.
It's just like, it's crazy. That shouldn't be their job.
Yeah, so we're also told that they will eventually hire divorce lawyers. Obviously, they'll need to. And we're told no documents will be filed until they reach a settlement. But, I mean, I personally, if I know my marriage isn't working out and I know divorce is inevitable, I'd be like, get it done quick as possible. I want to be single, hit the town, maybe have a big divorce party. You know how people do that?
But your marriage is working out fantastically, isn't it?
It's great, yeah. No, I'm just kidding.
I tell you who is like hitting the town. Did you see the pictures of Ben Affleck this weekend?
Oh, gosh, yes.
Oh, my God. It's giving... I'm single, midlife. He's wearing, picture this.
Yeah.
He's wearing a leather motorcycle jacket with a Red Hot Chili Peppers t-shirt underneath. He's got a faux hawk. Like, he's had a haircut.
Oh my gosh, the hairstyle. I thought only girls did this, where they're like trying to be in like a new era of their life, like after a breakup or whatever, right? That you change your hair color or your cut. But I never seen a guy do this before, where they're like embracing a new look. Like he's trying to bag like a young girl.
I know. He's got like the aviators on.
Yep.
It's like giving midlife crisis pretty hard.
I think he looks pretty good though.
Well, he's probably aiming for someone like you, Charlie.
I know. Too bad I'm married.
You might be a bit old for him too, actually.
Rude.
All right. On to our next story. Well, this is a group of stories because the Olympics obviously was over the weekend.
Yep.
And the two hottest athletes of these games, they're both in the middle of stories because there's this Italian swimmer, Thomas Sesson. He's so good looking.
Yeah, he's
like I wish I looked like that.
But he's like homeless right now.
Well, after bagging on the Olympics and saying the Olympic Village is not up to snuff.
Dumpy.
It's terrible. The food isn't good. The digs aren't that good. Well, he was sleeping in a park over the weekend.
It was kind of like a protest in a way, right?
Was it a purposeful protest or was it like an accidental protest because he didn't like send in the photos of himself sleeping in the park using his backpack as a pillow?
But he knows people are going to get photos of him. I think this was him trying to send a message like the wilderness is is better and more comfortable than what you guys are putting us in. Because remember, everyone was criticizing the beds, that they're like these cardboard beds.
They look terrible.
They're so uncomfortable. And especially if you're an Olympian, like you want the best quality sleep so that next day you're recharged and you're able to go out there 100%. Like even for me, I'm not doing anything physical today. I mean, you kind of are because you're at LAX
Oh, no.
versus like your naps in the car.
Yeah, sleeping in my car, not that very.
But like if you don't have a good sleep or even like docked 15 minutes of your sleep, I know for me, I'm in like critical condition the next day.
Right.
So
Well, he's getting his 15 minutes in the park. And also the most gorgeous female Olympian.
oh, she's gorgeous.
Have you seen this girl?
Yes, I have. Luana Alonso.
Luana Alonso.
Blonde,
like 10 out of 10, right?
gorgeous.
She's a swimmer for Paraguay. So she has been kicked out of the Olympic Village by her own team. She finished her swimming event.
Mm-hmm.
She retired from the sport.
Yep.
And then she was treating the Olympic Village a bit like, her
Party
hostel.
place.
Like she was staying at the
Hostel.
You could say
We say
hostel.
hostel.
Hostel is something like someone who's really mean and like
Yeah, hostile. Yeah, I guess I can see what you're saying.
But she was like vacationing in Paris and then staying at the Olympic Village, and her like coaches and her team got wind of this, and so they kicked her out. This is the first time a girl that good looking has been like kicked out of somewhere.
I want to know what was going on there, because if I was like trying to like stay there longer than I'm supposed to, I'd keep it low key, right? I wouldn't try to draw attention to myself. Obviously, she did in some kind of way. Like, was she bringing guys back to the village? Was
That'd be
she like,
unreal.
oh, party at my place tonight? Like pregame at my place? What was happening that was so bad?
Well, I mean, people talk about the Olympic Village like, they have parties and they have sex, but
Yeah.
you're only preparing for the biggest moment of your life. And then after you do the biggest moment of your life, you have to leave the village.
Yeah,
So-
but also after you finish the biggest moment of your life, you want to rage, you want to party, you're
Totally.
like bring in the burgers, bring in the chicks or the dudes, whatever. Like you want to like
Both.
celebrate.
But then the people in the room next to you have the biggest moment of their lives tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
So I guess I don't think
I can see why they would kick her out.
Right, but justice for Luana. Oh my God, big justice for her.
She's gonna be fine.
There was a couple other interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Did you see there's a pole vaulter,
Mhm.
Anthony Amirati, and he's from somewhere. And he nearly cleared the bar to get to the next round in his pole vault in his pole vault event,
Yeah.
except his penis got in the way.
I know, and it like flung back, and everyone kept replaying it in slow motion, where you just see him like slowly crossing over the big bar, and then you see his dong just catch up on it, and it's like boing.
This has got to be like the one example of times it's not good to have a big one. You know what I mean? There's
Yeah,
not many
true,
times in life you wish
true.
you had a smaller one.
You can't like move it up, like
You could tuck it somewhere, I suppose.
Yeah.
But if it's just that, if it just wants to go free, then I guess
Yeah.
there's nothing you can do.
it was definitely a viral moment.
It really
That's
was.
for sure.
Also, just this morning, Simone Biles lost 2
Lost.
events over.
Yeah.
I think did she come second in one or not? She missed out on 2 golds anyway. Suni Lee missed out as well. So the gymnastics.
Suni Lee said it's just a lot of pressure right now in
I
Paris.
bet.
Yeah.
Both of them did this like on the balance beam.
Yeah.
They both fell off. I think the pressure or the crowd or something like that finally
Yeah.
got to these girls. Sad. Should we get on with the next story?
Sure.
All right,
Yeah,
let's do
Zac
it.
Efron. This was a crazy story that we broke over the weekend. So he was hospitalized after a swimming incident in Ibiza. So this is like kind of like confusing. So I want to get your take on this.
Mhm.
So we were told by his rep that there was some kind of swimming incident on Friday at his villa in Ibiza. And he went, according to the rep, he went to the hospital as a precautionary measure. And they were adamant it was a minor incident. However, we spoke to some people, just like sources connected with the situation, that said that at his villa, apparently there was a couple workers there, saw him in the pool in distress. They had to pull him out of the swimming pool to safety. And then he went, obviously, to the hospital.
That sounds
So it
major.
sounds like a bigger incident than what is being put out there. However, we were told he was released from the hospital, and he did post a photo over the weekend, kind of showing like everybody, I'm okay. Because remember, he went to the hospital Friday night. Yesterday, Sunday, he posted a photo just like working out, and he said to everybody like, "Thank you everyone for your well wishes. I'm happy and healthy."
Couple things.
Yeah.
If you have to be dragged out of the pool by 2 hotel workers who don't even know you,
Right.
and then taken to hospital, that's a fairly serious thing. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
Like, I don't know. I'm glad he's okay and he's been discharged and stuff, but God knows what must have happened. Another thing, when he posts that, I'm okay, everybody,
Yeah.
him working out,
Right, in the exercise ball.
and he puts the date, he added the date to the photo, August 4, 2024,
Yes.
to say, look, guys, what I'm saying is he doth protest too much.
Right.
When you ever put the date right there saying, oh, this was taken after the hospital stay, my critical thinking and conspiracy theories say that photo was taken before the pool incident.
Do you think he maybe screenshotted it to make it that day?
Well,
Like
I
to
could
change
post
the
I could
metadata?
post a picture of me as a baby on my Instagram today and put August 5th.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean?
True. Yeah.
That is my conspiracy theory. Prayers for
Think
Zac Efron.
something bigger happened, and he's purposely not showing a recent photo of himself.
That's what I
don't
am
think it's
expecting.
recent.
Well, it is a big thing. If you have to be dragged out of a swimming pool,
Yeah.
like that means you can't yourself get to the side of the pool and get out of the pool yourself.
Right.
And 2 strangers have to do it for you. What do they jump in the pool and drag him? Oh, I don't know how they got him out, but that's a serious incident.
I think so too.
I don't know if he was drowning or something was happening.
Very suspicious, but we're still working on this, so I'll keep you updated.
Yeah, and I'm glad that he's good now and being discharged.
Right.
I just think that maybe that photo he posted is an old one.
Yeah. Ooh.
Ooh.
Did
theories.
he even post the photo himself?
Oh, his manager did. I like that,
Ooh.
Charlie.
Yeah.
Okay, on to our almost news story. Jon B is blasting Justin Timberlake for his latest music video clip. Let's have a listen now to some of what Jon had to say.
But that new single though is trash, and I'm not feeling his music at all anymore. And the video is even more trash.
Come on.
I don't really like that shit. I don't like all this demonic shit, yo. Like you would sell your soul to be popular or something, or to give your allegiance to some hidden powers behind the scenes.
So
Interesting.
I kind of agree with him.
Yeah, I can see where he's coming from. So in Justin Timberlake's new music video, the song is called No Angels. And basically, like the lead girl, the love interest or whatever in the video, she's just like this hot girl at a club. And then eventually she ends up on stage and she has these big, weird wings. And she has this like dark black blood coming out of her mouth. And she's on a stage and she's looking down at the crowd. Justin Timberlake's in the crowd and all the black blood goes all over his face. And it's like smeared on people and stuff. It is like very weird. Obviously, it's like a dark, literally, it's like in a dark club, but it's like a darker like setting. But I guess I can see what he says. Like, why does Justin need to like turn to that kind of theme to like sell songs?
It's just a desperate ploy by him. I think everybody has every musician goes through like their demonic sort of like,
darker phase.
Dark, if they're trying to reinvent themselves or they're
Right.
trying to be cool and edgy. But Justin Timberlake, just everything he does to me just reeks of effort. Trying hard, trying hard, trying hard. It's not, he used to be effortless, I think. And
Yeah.
now just everything he
Like
does.
he was just effortlessly cool and had swag. And now it feels very, to me, it feels like he's trying so hard to like say, I'm an iconic single act, but everyone wants him to go back to NSYNC. They're like, we embraced you during the single time. Now come back to the boys.
I don't even want him to go back anymore.
I do.
It's been so long since we've been saying it. And then, of course, he's going to go back eventually because, like, he doesn't have a good solo career anymore.
I will say
ages ago.
the tour is crushing it.
Is it?
Yeah, it's doing pretty well.
Damn.
But I know. And that's what all the fans are saying. They're like, they're like, I think they were low-key hoping that it wasn't going to do well because that would push him quicker over to the NSYNC guys, which, by the way, saddest video. Well, depends on how you look at it. Sad or greatest video.
Okay.
The Backstreet Boys were dancing with Lance Bass doing the bye, bye, bye routine. So like the Backstreet Boys are now like
The new
filling
JT.
in for yeah, JT.
Okay, hit us with today in history.
Yeah, today in history. First, we'll start off with it is National Underwear Day.
I'm not wearing any.
That's repulsive. I wish I didn't know that. This day in 1926, Houdini performed his last public stunt. He stayed in a sealed tank for around 90 minutes before escaping. He actually broke the record at that moment, too.
How did he die again?
I think he was like punched or something.
Oh,
and he wasn't
yeah.
flexed, and then later his like lung ruptured or something like that.
Yeah, shout out to Houdini, one of the greatest.
Yes. Also, this is kind of dark, but this day in 1962, Marilyn Monroe was found dead.
Really?
Yes, in LA. And do you remember the house that she passed away in? The owners, the current owners of the house, they were trying to like demolish it to like expand their property.
Mm.
And the city came in and they said, nope, it's a historical monument. And so now it's saved.
But
But
now
you can't go to it. It's like in a hidden area.
I wouldn't want like to demolish where that home where she died as well. Like her ghost is probably her sexy ghost is haunting
Sexy ghost.
you.
But then they should make it a museum
Yeah.
where you can go and like have, you know, the ghost finders or ghost hunters go
Right,
there with their
right.
little dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee, like, you know, their radars.
Yeah.
And then couple birthdays today. Neil Armstrong, the astronaut. Do you remember what he said when he first walked on the moon?
One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Wow, I'm surprised you know
What do
that.
you mean you're surprised? It's like the biggest quote of all time.
I know, but really, even for like outside of America?
Yeah, it was the first man on the moon.
Right, but wasn't the first time like a spacecraft.
It was a
went to
pretty
the
big
moon.
deal in Australia too.
Okay. You think it happened then?
Do I think it was staged?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay. And then this day, it's also Young Blood's birthday, and it's also the birthday of the first street light.
The
Yep.
first.
Street light, which was in Ohio, Cleveland, Ohio, and it only had, you know how right now it's like red, green, and yellow or
Mm.
whatever? Is that the order? I don't
Oh,
know.
you mean it's a traffic light?
Traffic
To
light.
stop- Okay.
Yeah. But so back in the day when they first had it, it was only red and green. There was no yellow.
Oh,
They later
interesting.
added the yellow.
Oh wow! Whoever invented the yellow saved a lot of lives.
I think they meant to like have it to have people slow down, but I just speed up.
This was a good today in history, actually, Charlie. Better than usual.
Oh, okay. You're
I'm here for it.
changing your tune.
I mean, yes.
You guys, you're hearing it here now.
Very good
We're gonna
work.
see pigs fly soon.
Okay. Thank you very much, Charlie.
Thank you, Charlie.
And we'll see you guys here tomorrow.
Bye.